Getting to know the Silver State. Let us begin by looking at the origins of Esmeralda, Lincoln, and Nye County. First we ask, why did the people settle here? Esmeralda was one of the 9 original counties of Nevada, formed by the act of the first legislature that split the territory into 9 on November 25, 1861. Esmeralda was said to be discovered by J.M. Corey, M. Brayley, and E.R. Hicks. These 3 men were said to have discovered the land while on their prospecting tours of the region in 1860. It was said that J.M. Corey got the name Esmeralda from the story The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Not to be confused with the Disney Esmeralda. Of course, she would probably have looked something more like this. It is also worth noting the name Esmeralda comes from emerald. Due to the fact that the county was named after a rich jewel, it led to a great rush to the region for people trying to get rich quick. At the beginning of the rush, no attempts to build a town were made. Miners just lived out of tents until the population was so big that the evidence of permanency was certain. Now, let us shift over to the Lincoln County. Lincoln County got its name from the 16th President, Abraham Lincoln, who had a good deal to do with Nevada becoming the 36th state of the United States of America. The first county seat of Lincoln County was established in 1866 at Crystal Springs, but this was a very short-lived, and the county seat was moved in 1867 to Hillco. Hillco remained the county seat a little bit longer than Crystal Springs did. Only after 4 years did the seat move again due to financial reasons in 1871 to where it still is today in Pioche. Mining was one of the biggest influences on the early years of Lincoln County, but not the only one. In 1870, Pioche was one of the biggest mining towns, with a population of over 10,000. Lincoln County was originally part of both the Utah and Arizona territories. This county initially was going to be labeled as Stewart County after the Nevada senator, but later got changed by vote. This map shows the changes made to Lincoln in 1866 after the boundaries were expanded. Native Americans originally inhabited vast amounts of the land throughout Lincoln County. Mormons were amongst the earliest settlers of the region, off and on throughout the early history of the region. They owned much of the grazing land in the meadow valleys that later became part of Lincoln County. Early miners often had problems with the natives and Mormons due to the lack of water supply and other vital resources. The ownership of the land led to many feuds with the early miners and Native Americans. The problems got so bad that by the end of year 1865, the majority of the Mormons retreated back to Utah. And now we present to you the $1 Million Courthouse. Here we have the original courthouse that was built in 1871 in Pioche, which was labeled the $1 Million Courthouse. Originally, the project was projected at $16,000, but because the county took 65 years to pay it off, the interest inflated to above $1 million. Lincoln County was once known as the toughest county within Nevada, due to the fact that it was the largest mining town of Pioche. Guns were the only law. They made this fact clear with tombstones of the dead. Nye County was formed on February 16, 1864, during the American Civil War. The county was named after the first governor of the Nevada Territory, James W. Nye, who later became a senator after Nevada became a state. Nye County, like most other counties to Nevada, came to be through mining booms throughout the region. Booming camps led to towns being eventually established.
Orizaba mining claim, located in Nye County, Nevada, covers all of the workings, trenches, and sample areas of the old historical operation. History suggests that the gold ore was discovered and shipped out of the Orizaba in the early 1900s by a man named Ed Workman, who later sold the property to the Diamond Field Black Butte Reorganized Mining Company, and then the Orizaba Mining and Development Company. The mine came into some trouble when water began seeping into the mine and eventually slowed the mine operations to a halt. Fortunately, that problem is easily remedied today by removing the water with a pump. The Orizaba mine is documented to have produced native gold and silver in abundance. An assay reported over 40 ounces of silver and a half ounce of gold in a grab sample. The mine is a large beast with over 2,500 feet of drifting, documented in 1913. Surveyors estimate closer to 4,000 feet today based on the waste dumps. There are many historical structures and remnants on the claim, including a headframe and hoist house, blacksmith shop, houses, an engine, a boiler, and piles of core samples. The Orizaba is an extremely historic and valuable site that has not been worked since the 1930s. It has a huge potential for profit, with an estimated 18,000 tons of reserves just waiting to be found.
All right.
The county originally got its seat through many of the pioneers getting together to sign a petition to admit the county. The county seat moved 3 times and is now in Tonopah. The original legislative county seat was located in Linoln. Then it moved to one of Nye County's biggest boom and falls of Belmont, which is a ghost town now. Then the stabilization of the town of Tonopah, which remains the county seat today, but may soon change to Pahrump. Now, let's fast forward and take a look at where the economy is today. Here we have a chart showing the current economy statistics for Esmeralda, Lincoln, and Nye. And now, the ghost towns of Nevada. Now, let's fast forward and take a look at where the economy is today. And here we see a map of Lincoln and its ghost towns throughout. Let's take a look at these now. And lastly, we have Nye, who has the most ghost towns of all 3 counties. Let's take a look at these. Now we must ask ourselves, what drives the economy today? In Esmeralda, the economy is driven by agriculture, forestry, gas extraction, fishing, mining, quarrying, oil, and hunting. Next, we have tables that show what drives the economy for both Lincoln and Nye. So, in the need for a vacation, maybe take a trip to Nye, Lincoln, or Esmeralda. But where on earth would you go? Let's take a look at a few places we can visit. Minerals and mining go hand in hand. Nevada has a total of 148 mines. Lincoln County has only one industrial mineral mine, which is the Tenacity Perlite Mine. Wilkin Mining and Trucking Inc. mine perlite from this location. Although mining is not a major part of Lincoln County today, remnants of past mining excavations can be found throughout the city. Perlite is shipped as far away as Hawaii and is used for horticultural purposes. Horticultural relating to the art of practice or garden cultivation and management. Esmeralda. Here we have 3 industrial mineral mines and 1 metal mine, which includes basalt mine and rockwood lithium mine. Rockwood is the major source of employment in the silver area of Silver Peak and the only lithium producing mine in America. Silver Peak is one of the oldest mining areas in Nevada. Besides lithium, Silver Peak also mines gold. Nye County has 10 of the 12 oil fields in Nevada, 7 industrial mineral mines, and 3 metal mines. Nye County is also home to the Round Mountain Gold Mine, located in the city of Round Mountain. It is a large open pit-heaping leach gold mine owned by Kinross Gold Corporation and Barrick Gold Corporation. Round Mountain first produced gold in 1906 and in 2006 and reached a milestone of 10 million ounces poured. The mine is still in production today and has expanded with a satellite pit north of the existing location. Premier Magnesia operates today in the town of Gabbs mining magnesium. It is the oldest continuously operated mine in Nevada. Out of the 148 mines in Nevada, Esmeralda, Nye, and Lincoln together include only 25 of the mines total. Now, let's talk about agriculture. These 3 counties produce alfalfa, fruits and vegetables, honey, turf, and grapes. They also have ranches that farm chicken, cattle, horses, and sheep. Along with all of those, they have nurseries and orchards. The city of Dyer in Esmeralda County is the main point for cattle ranching, alfalfa, and horse ranches. Lincoln County is full of cattle ranches. Lincoln County has 185 farms, produces alfalfa, corn, fruits, vegetable, turf, and grains. They also have cattle, horses, and sheep, and nurseries. The Central Nevada County Farm Bureau consists of Mineral, Esmeralda, and Nye counties. In 2012, there was a count of 349 farms. A lot has changed in the state of Nevada, and we have to ask, did these counties boom, bust, or stagnate? Since being founded in 1866, the county seat is Pioche and its largest city is Caliente. The population, as of 2010, is 5,036. It has stagnated since enlarging Nevada's territory towards Utah and Arizona. Nye County's seat is Tonopah, which is the state's largest county and the third largest in the United States, with an estimated population of 43,946. The county boomed in the early 20th century with mining gold and silver. By 1910, the county declined, not until the military test site increased population. When Pahrump became popular in the 1990s, Nye had high rates of population growth. It has boomed since established. Next, we have tables that show what drives the economy for both Lincoln and Nye. Nye County. The county of Nye came to be a slightly different way than the other counties in Nevada. The story differs in the way that it was not one of the original 9 counties, but born of 2 original ones, Esmeralda and Lincoln, and named after a man whose name is brought up often through the early part of Nevada's history, Governor J.W. Nye. The second way it differs is how the county came to be through the work of the people who literally lived off the earth, the pioneers. The town of Tonopah Mines had the highest income of history of the early days in the county, and it was led the majority of prospectors to the land. Upward to 1,500 pioneers are said to have put together and signed a petition that gave birth to the county of Nye on February 16, 1864. The people who put this petition together were mostly miners, and this is what drove the economy of the early days of Nye. Agriculture was good in most parts of the county and is still sustaining some who still live there today due to the quality and quantity of natural springs throughout the land. Belmont is the county seat of Nye. Another difference in this county compared to the other counties in Nevada is that Nye is untouched by the railroad booms. This country does share things in common with its neighbors. The mines came, boomed, and failed. After the gold and silver rush was over, the county, like others, declined to a few people remaining for farming and similar occupations. Here we have the original courthouse that was built in 1871 in Pioche, which was labeled the $1 Million Courthouse. Originally, the project was projected at $16,000, but because the county took 65 years to pay it off, the interest inflated to above $1 million. And now you know. The Silver State. Nye, Lincoln, and Esmeralda